Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti, and welcome to part 51 or 52 of my Adventure Jurassic Park Season 3. In the last episodes, I showed you some stuff. I believe the last episode was the quick episodes, where I showed you some stuff on the Aquatic Park. In this episode, we're going to work on the Aquatic Park. I will show you a lot of changes, and I'll do some work on the shark house, because that's what I promised to do in this episode. Right, so as you can see, first of all, there's this building over here. This is the building I've come up with, which is going to be located here. Still need to kind of figure out what's going to be in here. Don't really know just yet. But anyway, this is going to be you might have already seen it already, recognized it. This is a Japanese style house, and this is going to be a Japanese restaurant. Because of course, the main ingredient for Japanese food is fish, and that fits in with the aquatic park. And also, in all the other restaurants and fast food areas where you can get food in the park, you can only get hamburgers and fries and stuff like that. Not really any from the other parts of the world. So therefore I decided to also do something a bit different. So here we got a Japanese restaurant which is going to come here. I know there are a lot of restaurants and cafes in this area, but I think it will work out. I will build something else there. It's not going to be a restaurant, of course, because then it would be completely crazy. But I'll build something there. Don't really know what it will be yet. It isn't furnished from the inside just yet, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool, and also the windows, so that you can actually just look outside and look at the ichthyosaurus right there. Also, the path behind it is completely intact, as you can see. It's just on this corner here, so it works perfectly. Probably I'll put some trees here or something, so that this is not just an open area. I will put some trees there. Or perhaps maybe a toilet building or something small on this side. I don't know. I will fill it up somehow. It won't be like a grass area. Same with this. I bet I'll put some trees in here for sure. Or I could maybe do a small building here in between. Or I could extend this all the way over here. I think I'll do that, so that I got bigger rooms. So I got more options to do something with this, because I still don't know what I'm going to put in here. Anyway, so yeah, that is the change over there. So this has finally been filled up. I have to move furniture in, and I have to put some stuff over in the spaces next to it. Also, the Aquatic Gardens are finished now. I already said that I was going to do that in the last episode, but now it has actually happened. Of course, the Nautilus area is still empty. It's almost finished, by the way, because I still have to add some of these did you know signs. So here we have the, what is this? The Acanthodes. A spine shark, I believe it's called. Yeah, spiny sharks. And this was the Picaya, but those were already here before. I still have to add the did you know signs for the final 3 ones. Then this is the Protobrama, but they were already here before. Alright, so this is the new part, I believe. Here's a Plesiosaurus skeleton. You can see this is the other entrance. Aquatic Garden. I believe a few have already seen the other entrance. And here we've got the other fish. I just used a silverfish skin for these. This is the Lepidotus gigas, or gigas, or whatever you want to fucking pronounce that, from the early Jurassic, which is about 30 centimeters. So yeah, these are these fishes over here. Then here we got a Pleurodon skeleton. Also looks very nice. Then here we got the biggest skeleton over here. Well, the Mosasaurus skeleton is bigger, but the Mosasaurus skeleton is of course in the Mosasaurus Stadium. The Sarcosuchus one, and I think it looks very cool just having the full-size Sarcosuchus skeleton here. And here are the final ones. These are Turrisops agassiz, from the late Jurassic to the late Cretaceous, and 60 centimeters long. So yeah, as you can see, the oh whoa, He just went outside really quickly. Yeah. Yeah, they've all beached a little bit, so maybe we should fix that a bit. But yeah, that is these are the aquatic gardens with all the skeletons of the aquatic creatures in between the small ponds with the prehistoric fishes in there. So as you can see, I cleared the entire backside of the thing here. Also, I put some benches around. As I said, I still need a did you know sign for these final 3 ones. Here is still the prehistoric amphibians, because I said in the next season, the 4th season, I will add this as another project for the 4th season. We will build a amphibian house on that side of the aquatic park. Right, also you might have noticed that there are a lot of trees around. I've actually filled the entire area behind the Plesiosaurus paddock with trees. And I put some long grass here. Also, I put a toilet building over here. And I've done some more work on the Mosasaurus Stadium as well. Over here. Not necessarily. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, it is. You could consider it work, but I made this a smooth, side here. You were able to see the underneath areas of the seats, but I made it a smooth wall. Still don't really know what I'm going to put in here just yet. Perhaps some weird piping things with water around them. Still have to make some benches for the seating area down here. I was thinking of whether I should change the lights or not, but I think it would be cool if I keep it dark like this, because I think you can see it a lot better that way. He's coming straight at me. And now he's going to spaz out here in the corner. Okay, cool. Keep it up. Keep it up for when the visitors arrive. Yeah, so see the same thing on the other sides. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to put in here. Perhaps like water filtration systems, stuff like that, where you can see how we take care of everything. Right, so over here at the Mosasaurus Information Center, or whatever this... Did I give this a name? No, I haven't named it yet. Well, this is where the information of the Mosasaurus is. It's, of course, the Mosasaurus skeleton. But it was already here before, but it looks very cool. I've added some of these pictures of the skull and stuff, and I've put a little bit of information here. Around 1770, a Mosasaurus skull was found in the tunnels of a Dutch limestone mine. Just like little facts. I was planning to do a fact on the fin and on the tooth as well, because this is a Mosasaurus fin and Mosasaurus tooth, but I haven't added that yet. And also, you may have noticed this over here. This is a model of shallow European seas during the Jurassic, which is pretty funny because, as you can see, it's just regular blocks and stuff. But these are ferns, I believe they're called, from vanilla Minecraft, the ferns. And I thought, hey, they actually kind of look like trees, like small trees. So I made these very tiny stegosauruses, and now it looks like it's just a scaled down version of an island. Because you got a hill there with all the trees around it, and then we got very tiny stegosauruses over there, and a very tiny allosaurus hiding behind the tree there. I think it looks very cool. I think it looks pretty nice. Because now it actually looks like this is a model about this. Anyway, during the Jurassic, Europe was no more than a selection of islands which were connected to each other with shallow seas. Later, the shallow waters became land, and the seas around it became deeper, which became the perfect habitat for the Mosasaurus in the Cretaceous. Yeah, and I think it looks very cool, just like the tiny scale model of a Jurassic coastal area. It's like a shallow sea between two different islands. I think it looks really cool. Also, okay, never mind. For some reason I thought I forgot to turn my microphone on while recording, but I haven't. Which is good, because otherwise I'd start everything all over again. So yeah, these are some little developments here. As I said, I will put some more information around here. I'm planning to do something here in the middle too. Don't really know what though, but we will see. But yeah, I think this model especially, this area is not filled up because I was like, oh, what the hell am I going to put in here? But this model nicely fills this area up, so this is fine. I only need to do something on the wall there, and perhaps something here in the middle, or like on this wall here and extending in the middle or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, for the rest, of course, here, yeah, I'm probably going to put like some sort of like pipes with water, like with information on how we recreate the prehistoric water in the tanks over here. Something like that with information on it. And here, of course, there's also an empty area. I still have to smooth out these walls. And then probably there are going to be bathrooms on either side. And of course, here we already have the cafe on two sides. So that doesn't need to change. But yeah, I'm planning to make like a bathroom on either side. And this is just going to be like a hallway where I'm going to put some trees and some benches inside. And here's, of course, the viewing area from the enclosed viewing area. So yeah, I think the Mosasaurus Stadium is also coming to a finished stage. But yeah, I'm guessing that I'm going to put like a bunch of pipes with water flowing through them. It's going to be complete bullshit, but of course it's going to look like it's actually doing something. And then some signs next to it explaining how the water filtration stuff works for the tanks here, for the tank here where the Mosasaurus is being held. There he is. I was actually originally planning to put a roof over this, but to be honest, I think it looks pretty cool just like this. I might add a roof later on, but for now I'm just going to leave it, because I think it looks pretty cool. Also on this side I put some long grass and some trees, so that this is not completely empty either. So yeah, the aquatic park is actually coming to looking very finished at this point, and that's very nice. So that was everything that I did for like off camera. And of course here is here are all the trees. Decided to put trees all around that's regular trees all around the side. I mean, I've used regular trees throughout the entire aquatic park, so it would only make sense to continue doing that. Here's the Sarcosuchus. Alright. So, for the rest of this episode, we're going to build on the shark house. As you can see, there's already been a little bit of progress. And here is... we've made some dirt stairs to get access to it. Here's the supply chest of light grey stained plaster or clay. Oh yeah, we also need the dirt because I need to make my stairway down. As you can see, there's already been built up very nicely. It's going to be a bit of a tedious project because everything has to be just as high as that iron block roof. So, well, not necessarily actually. We just need to because we're going to have the same 4 blocks high glass windows on here. So all I need to do is not make it too high first of all. Is to make it up to that layer, because there's going to be a 4 block high glass roof, glass like window on top there. Oh shit! Well, that's an amazing beginning already. Luckily, it didn't immediately die like it did last time. Alright, so I brought a whole bunch of white stained clay. So we'll see how we go with it. As you can see, this is already up to the layer that I wanted. Oh yeah, also there's another area that has been finished here that I forgot to show, but I'll show it in a second. The lobby and the restaurant at the Shark House Hotel have both been finished. Also, I'm planning to place some sort of logo there because it looks very... I mean, on that side it's not that necessary because you kind of like can't see that because of course the hotel's in the way. But for this side, I'm planning to do some logo. It will be on both sides, of course, because it would be stupid if you could only see it on one side. But it is basically for mostly because that side is empty and not really this side. I was thinking of, because the three red glass blocks that you see represent eyes. As you can see, I hope, I don't know whether you saw it already, but with a little bit of imagination, you might have seen it. They represent like angry eyes, and then the gate is like the mouth of a shark that you walk into, like the doorway. And then I was thinking of perhaps making with a different color of clay, hardened clay, like the back of the shark with a fin. You know, there's like a sort of like triangle going up. And it looks like you're looking at the front of a shark and you walk into its mouth, kind of like a little bit artistic, abstract version of that. And then this area, I don't know whether the grass will stay in here. I think it looks pretty cool actually. But this area is basically like the traffic area where you come through the hotel, from the Sarcosuchus area. I mean, you can enter here, and or later on, you can obviously go to the amphibian house. Excuse me, because the amphibian house is going to go there. So you can this is like the traffic area connecting the connecting the two things together, and also connecting these like the buildings together. Yeah, I don't know whether I will change any put anything interesting in here. Perhaps like information about sharks in general I could put in here and stuff like that. Otherwise, I don't really know what to put in here. But I'm thinking of making some information about sharks. But I don't know whether I should leave the grass or not, because I think it looks pretty cool. But on the other hand, it's completely inside. So, and if I want to use information for sharks everywhere, then it would be better if everything was just like cobblestone. But that would make it look a little bit more boring. With the grass, it looks a bit more interesting. So, don't know. I'll have to decide that eventually. But yeah, I'm planning to do some information about not sharks in general, not specifically the prehistoric sharks, but just sharks in general. Also with information of prehistoric sharks as well, of course. But mostly for just sharks in general. Like information about all the prehistoric sharks, and then information about the just sharks in general. Right, so I don't know how big the glass, how high the glass is going to go for this, so I'm only going to do this part, because I am planning to make the glass pretty big, but I don't know whether this is, when I'm going to make it higher than this or not, because I think this is a decent height, but yeah, there's that entire area where the sharks can swim where you can't see them, so I will perhaps make it like 2 layers higher, and then we'll make same plaster on the rest. Alright. Now I need to make a huge detour, which is not necessary because we can't actually reach that area. Ow. So we'll just do this. There we go. And yeah, we're just going to build this until we don't have any clay left, basically. Oh wow, that's actually perfect. It actually fits perfect, the stairway. Didn't even plan it out just like this, but it just happened. It's pretty cool. Alright. Alright, so how high is that? Because I want to make this kind of like the same. Of course it's smaller, but 3 high and then just 1 block in. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 block in. I remember when I was on a Minecraft server somewhere, and I was building like I was building something and we had a base on the ground. Always when I go on the servers, I always make a base on the ground. I don't know why, but yeah, perhaps just like protect myself from griefing or something like that. I don't know. I was doing that with a friend, and we were making a base on the ground, and I also wanted to make farms on the ground, and also with farms for actual animals. And also, I believe we wanted something like just some sort of a garden. And the idea required grass, and of course, grass just doesn't. Oh, and I ran out of stuff. Let me just like fill my inventory up until nothing else fits in. There. But yeah, I wanted grass in the underground thing, and of course, grass doesn't grow on the ground because it needs. I believe it just needs regular actual sunlight, not just light, just actual sunlight, or grass to be adjacent to it. So it needs to be outside with like a literal like connection to the sun. Or it doesn't need to be, but you can also make it like grass next to it, and then it will spread on all the dirt around it. But of course, we were pretty deep on the ground, so I couldn't like dig a humongous hole. I could, of course, but I didn't want to dig like a huge hole that would to get to the grass, to the area that I wanted to become grass, because there were I believe there were also other rooms above it or something like that. So I made it like a grass stairway like that. I guided it from outside all the way through the hallways that we already made, all the way down towards where I wanted it to be. And I remember I was waiting so goddamn long for the grass to spread along my. I guess you could call it the grass train, but I remember I had to wait so long for it to get there. Oh, I missed. Oh, whatever. We can make it like this. There we go. Whoa. I was like, what the hell is that? But that's the Sarcosuchus moving around. Right, so now we also want to do this, because otherwise we need to fix that later. When everything is already built, and we don't want that. But yeah, I remember I made like a sort of a stairway, like the dirt stairway that you can see right next to me now, like this. I made a stairway of dirt, instead of going up like I did here, all the way down from the surface, all the way down to our base, and it was connected to grass. So of course the grass would slowly grow and take over all the dirt, but like it started like up there, and I needed to wait for it to come from there all the way down to there, and there it's where we wanted it to be. But it took so long. I remember that it took just so immensely long for it to eventually get there. One of those tedious projects that you want to work on because you really feel like it because you got a good idea, but you need something like that. You need to wait for the grass to grow, and that takes so long, and that makes the project just like go on for so much longer than it's supposed to be. Which is a bit like Dwarf Fortress, to be honest. I mean, Dwarf Fortress, you have got like a lot of different things. Also, for my Let's Play Dwarf Fortress, if any of you guys are watching that, I've actually figured out some interesting things to do for the remaining episodes. Because if you don't know, I'm going to continue my Let's Play Dwarf Fortress until I reach episode 100. Because I'm already at episode 63 for next week. So it is actually going for a very long time. But yeah, I'm planning to continue until episode 100. Because of course I could continue forever. I mean, there's no actual goal in Dwarf Fortress other than just build a fortress and survive. But yeah, that's what I plan to do. Just continue till 100, and then I find it to be enough. I mean, I've got I don't know how many episodes left over to do enough stuff. So, and also most of the stuff is already done, like the survival stuff. So I've actually discovered. I was looking through the Dwarf Fortress wiki pages, and I found a specific wiki page for basically kind of like senseless stuff that you can do for your fortress just to enjoy yourself. Because of course the first task is to make a functioning fortress and survive, and the next task is just to keep yourself entertained before you destroy your fortress. Because that's the kind of like the inside joke of Dwarf Fortress. Like, no matter how amazing your fortress is, it will always die. Either you actually get killed by goblins, or you get bored of it because you've actually conquered everything and then you destroyed yourself. You like deliberately allow the goblins to kill you guys, to kill your dwarves, or you just like kill them all in lava or whatever. But yeah, there's a page on the Dwarf Fortress wiki which is called Stupid Dwarf Tricks, and that's like an entire page with listed in alphabetical order with missions that you can do to like keep going in your game, so that you can keep going with your fortress. It is pretty funny because there's like incredibly stupid shit on there, but it's also pretty amazing stuff. But yeah, it also is explained in the wiki itself. It says these are just pretty stupid things, basically for the sake of doing them, because otherwise you'll just get bored and destroy your own fortress. And I've actually seen some things that I would like to try out. I've already planned my stuff ahead for the next episode, but yeah, of course I'm first building the Pantheon. But I don't know, if none of you guys know what I'm talking about, go watch my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play. I'm actually naming the dwarves to my subscribers, so if you want to be in the fortress, then come over and join. And I'll try to make sure that you don't into Eurus McFailure. I'll try to ensure you that. Some Dwarf Fortress insiders jokes there. Anyway, meanwhile, we are pretty close on finishing the first tank. I mean, when you almost fill that entire double chest of white stained, or no, this is not white stain, this is like grey. Clay, you just think like, oh wow, I can build like 12 of these buildings. But when you actually start building it, it's actually disappointing on how long it takes. Or I mean, it requires a lot more resources than you initially think. A lot more stacks of that stained clay go in here than you thought, and I misclicked there. And I don't have a pickaxe, so I can't remove that. Or I can by punching it, but even when I misclick that, we're still lacking like one block, so that's pretty weird. Oh yeah, of course, because we started with a new stack. Because I selected the stack that I already worked on to be further back in my inventory, like here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Whoa, that's exactly 64. Great. Actually, it isn't, because... Oh no, it is. It should be, because now it should be completely balanced. Yeah, there we go. Now it's finished. I hate it when I can only put one. When I'm doing these like 2 blocks at a time. I hate it when I can only do 1, and then I have to grab a new stack. It doesn't matter at all, of course, because I just grab a new stack and continue. But it just, it's just annoying. Perhaps I have OCD. Who knows? Well, it's actually kind of a Roman trait, to be honest. Being exactly perfect, like 0 chance for errors. Like everything has to be exactly strict and organized and perfect and all the rest of it. Nope. Bum, 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 bum. So, we're not even going to be able to make this entire building up to the layer that to the level that I wanted. Perhaps only this one. I think we'll be able to finish. Yeah, we'll be able to finish this, but I want to be able to finish the first room. And I don't even think about the Megalodon paddock, because the Megalodon paddock also has to be built up this way. I guess we have something to do for the next episode. Well, I bet in the next episode the Megalodon thing will be done. Or at least this will be done. At least with the roof over it, I mean. And perhaps we already have some extra sharks in here. So yeah, for this series, the only things that I want to do before the end of the season, because I'm trying to get it done around episode 55, maybe earlier, is to finish the shark house, of course. Finish the entire aquatic park, with the exception, of course, of the... we're going to make that? We are going to make that, but I don't know how we're going to make it with the actual roof over here. We actually might have to lower the roof on this side. Yeah, planning to finish, because the only things need to build here. Alright, nice, that's also done. The only things I need to build here are the... to finish the shark house and make the Pleurodon paddock and finish the wall around it. And then everything is done, because the aquatic gardens are done. Oh yeah, of course I need to finish up the area on the plaza there. But other than that, it's finished. And then the final episode will be when I officially open the new aquatic park. But yeah, actually let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we are just going to be able to get this on the way. Also, I need to fucking not forget to finish the rails on here, because the rails still haven't been placed over on the monorail there. But it should be fine, because we have it's 4 layers of glass, and then a layer above that is the iron roof. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there will be only 1 block in between. That's cutting it close. We couldn't have cut it any closer if that was our intention. Wow. Also, let's just go there, because that's where the dirt staircase is. Ow. Here we go. Alright, so now we need to do the same thing for this. Oh. I'm also planning to do some like art, if you can call it, yeah, arts basically. Some art on the side of the Megalodon tank, and also on the areas that are very visible, because of course a lot of the parts of the shark house, of the outside of the shark house, I mean, you can't see them properly, because well, the hotel is in front of a lot. This area you can't really see it at all, because the Aquatic Psrk is laying right next to this. But yeah, there are areas where it's very clearly visible to see the sides of the shark house. Of course, the back side there is for now kind of like you don't see that at all, because until the amphibian house gets over on that side, no visitors are allowed on that side. There's not even any roads or anything, so no visitors will come there to begin with, so we don't need to decorate the side. But yeah, otherwise, you're just gonna look at a... you've got to be kidding me. I really should have brought a pickaxe. Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe I believe I do have a pickaxe in the chest for the... Oh, sorry guys. In the chest for the cafe that I made. Perhaps. Just gonna check. In this chest over here. Yes, I do. Good. I suddenly had an epiphany. It's like, wait a minute. I believe I do have a pickaxe somewhere. And otherwise, I could have probably grabbed one from the staff lounge, because I believe there's a pickaxe there as well. There we go. You see, because when it's finished, it's going to be like a humongous, like, white wall with nothing on it. And that looks pretty ugly, if you ask me. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. I mean, from the inside, it looks pretty cool because it's going to be, because this side is, especially, this side is probably going to have like sort of a dome over it. Just as an extra feature. Wow, I really don't have a lot left. But yeah, otherwise you're just looking at a huge wide wall, and that looks pretty ugly. So I was thinking of making some sort of like art on the side, especially at the area where the Ichthyosaurus lake is, because that's just an entire open... Jesus Christ, I hate my fucking scroll wheel on my mouse. It just never cooperates. Because especially at the Ichthyosaurus lake, there's just a wide open area where you just can't, where you just stare at a wide wall, and I think that's like a straight wide wall, and I think that's pretty ugly. So therefore, I thought maybe doing some sort of like art on the side. All right, so that is all the. No, I believe. Do we have some left in the chest? Perhaps we may have some left in the chest. Let me check. Oh yeah, a little bit. Okay, let's get that done. Oh shit, this is turning into hardcore parkour. There we go. But yeah, then it would just look pretty ugly in my opinion to stare at a huge white wall. So I thought maybe like putting some art there, like a pixel shark that's swimming on the side, something like that. So it's something that doesn't look as ugly anymore. It kind of like masks it. All right, we're gonna come a decent end actually with all the stuff that we brought. How many layers? Oh yeah, we're probably not gonna. We're most definitely not gonna make it. Because we only have 3 stacks left, but we are going to come a significant way. A fair way. Also, maybe I'll change the front, because I want to have a dome, so I want to have it like continue like this. This is going to be a little bit of a lower area, at least the ceiling is going to be a bit lower. And then just like, wow, you come in here with the thing in the middle. So I'll probably change the entrance a bit. Like this is actually the main entrance of the shark house. Alright, final stack. Of course, never gonna make hits with this, but I'm gonna go as far as we can. Half a stack left, quarter of a stack left. There. Oh shit! Whoa, okay, that was cutting it a bit too close. I slipped, but alright. So, yeah, I'm gonna probably, like... Also, this area kind of masks it, because of course, you look at all the trees, and you can't really see it, because of course the trees kind of like hide it a bit. But yeah, otherwise you're gonna look at a huge white wall, and I think that just looks a bit ugly. So we're just gonna like really quickly come through here, because of course here it's blocked by the hotel, which is larger, and of course the hotel is also not a very boring building, because of course there's the huge shark head on top. But like that, oh, it actually is the start of the Mosasaurus area. But yeah, as you see, it's gonna be like this, and then it's gonna continue like that, and especially on that side, because there's no buildings to mask it. You're just going to stand on the bridge, and it's going to be like a huge wide wall, and I think that's going to be quite ugly. So therefore I thought perhaps like putting a sort of like a shark on the side to make it look a bit better, because otherwise it just looks pretty ugly in my opinion. But alright, we'll figure that out as we go. Alright, before I end of this episode, I'll really quickly show you the hotel at this is the Shark House Hotel. You already saw that before. But the restaurant is now done. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Nice tables on the sides and the little bar area with the chef behind it and everything. And the lobby, the hotel lobby over here, this is the guy where you get your keys. And yeah, just some trees and some like a lounge area where you can sit around. Pretty cool, I think. I think it gives a nice touch that this actually looks like a hotel. Also planning of making because there's also going to be a hotel at the Carnum Avenue, the new area at Carnum Avenue that will built in the 4th season, and I'm planning to make that the most luxurious, like a pretty luxurious hotel. No. I mean not that it's Carnum Avenue. There will be a hotel at Carnum Avenue, of course, because I started working on that. But I mean the hotel at near the volcano. Near the meteorite crash at the where the wellness resort is going to go. There's going to be a hotel next to it, and that hotel is going to be the most luxurious hotel. It's also going to, of course, I'm going to try to make it one of the highest buildings of this park. Perhaps the innovation center will be higher. I don't know, but excuse me. It's going to be the most those will have the most luxurious rooms because, of course, here. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't showed you because yeah, here you get a bed and a table and just like stuff. I bet this is going to be the room that everybody wants because you can just look inside the Aquatic Psrk paddock from here. There was no other way of doing this, or I could have just made a wall, but that would be ugly. So therefore, I thought just like do it like that. Also, the next room can have a slight view of it. See, just a very tiny view. Anyway, yeah, the hotel that I'm going to build in the 4th season at the Wellness Resort, that's going to be the most luxurious hotel of all. Because, of course, it's next to the Wellness Resort, so it will be the most luxurious one. It's going to have, because that is only one room with everything. And the Grand Hotel, the Grand Hammond Hotel, has got 2 rooms for every room. Every, room that you can rent as 2 separate rooms. But the one that I'm going to build over there is going to be the most luxurious. It's going to have a bathroom in it. It's going to have basically it's going to have everything. Basically, like a grand bedroom, living room, like an entire house, and then that as a tower, which is going to be immensely high. But that's for the 4th season. Anyway, so that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So for the next episode, we'll probably have some more progress done on the shark house. Perhaps we'll have some new sharks in there. I don't know. And otherwise, we're going to do some extra work on the shark house. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting closer to the end of the 3rd season. Well, I guess to say the weirdest season. Not really weird, as in that it was stupid, but mostly weird because, of course, the first episodes. This entire season is like a 2-parter because, of course, the first session, the first half of the season was capturing the dinosaurs from Side B, and the second half of the season was when the dinosaurs were back. We gained a lot of money, and now we're building our fucking heads off. Anyway. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click the like button underneath the video. Subscribe to be part of the Roman army so you never miss any more videos. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button that will appear over the left of here, or the subscribe button that's underneath the video. See you later, Romans. Ave.